I do not remember that happening with my other pregnancies, and it's definitely happening now. I'm like, if I had too many babies, are my vagina walls just like, girl, quit? What's up, y'all? It's Cece here with Bradley TV, back for another pregnancy update. If it's your first time watching this channel, if it's your first time seeing my face, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe button. We have a little bit of everything on this channel, from family vlogs to relationship videos to budget videos to planner videos, and we just have an all-around good time. So you want to make sure you're subscribed so you never miss any of those videos. And Vlogmas is right around the corner, so y'all get ready. So anyway, this video is my 15 and 16 week pregnancy update. If you guys missed any of the other pregnancy updates, I will make sure to link them up there in the cards. I'm going to put them in their own playlist so you can just check them out. Maybe you're expecting, or you know someone who's expecting and you want to give them a little advice. This is baby number 3 for me, so I'm kind of a pro at this, just a little bit. So let's just go over some of the things that I have been going through over the last few weeks. So I'm looking down at my notebook. If you guys are wondering, I don't want to leave anything out. I did have a 15-week doctor's appointment. That was last Friday, and it went really well. Everything went really well at the appointment. I got to hear my baby's heartbeat for the first time. It was 140 beats per minute, so very good, very standard, you know, right there. I was also able to set the date for my anatomy scan. So our anatomy scan is going to be December 5th, coming up right around the corner. I'm just so excited for that, you guys. This is the last baby. This is it. So definitely hoping for that boy, but you know, boy, girl, as long as my baby's healthy, that is all I care about. But I'm just really excited for that anatomy scan. I feel like I can really kind of move full force once I get that, and go start shopping, you know, start spending all Mark's money and go start shopping. That's what I'm looking forward to. So I'm really excited about that. My blood work also came back from I told you guys last update that we did do our our Down syndrome test, and just from the physical test where they measure like the back of the baby's neck, they say I had a very low risk for Down syndrome, which I figure because that doesn't run in my family or anything. But they also do blood work during that time, and the blood work came back, everything was positive, everything was fine, so no worries there. As usual, I also stepped on the scale and I actually didn't gain any weight. I actually lost 30 pounds. I'm actually back exactly where I started before I got pregnant. So no weight gain. The belly's definitely popped. So I always wondered how that works and how you not gaining weight when your belly is like twice the size that it was. But I haven't gained any weight so far, so that's really encouraging. Speaking of weight gain, let's move on to some of the cravings that I've been having. Haven't been having anything major. I've definitely been feeling cereal still. I just had a bowl of Rice Krispies, the festive holiday edition. Put some raisins in it, you know, some milk. So I did just have those, but I definitely have still been eating my daily dose of cereal, and I've also been craving sweets a lot. Like I had cheesecake. I made myself a sweet potato pie. At least I tried to. It wasn't that good. I just had a bunch of sweets actually. I just went to the store and bought a bunch of sweets. I also bought a sweet potato pie, bought one of those patty pies, you know. So I did get one of those as well, and that's kind of been my thing. I've also been eating a lot of Slim Jims, and I haven't had a Slim Jim in probably about a year. Maybe a little longer, because we weren't really eating meat, you know, for a while. So I haven't had a Slim Jim in a long time. And then all of a sudden I go to the store and I'm like, oh, let me get a Slim Jim. And I've been kind of hooked on them. So I've been eating those a lot as well. Some of my symptoms. There's been several symptoms that I've had. I've definitely had gas, y'all. That probably is TMI, but you know what? It is what it is. You click on pregnancy videos to get some TMI because you want to know the T, okay? So I've definitely had gas. It's been bad, all right? I've also been feeling sometimes like lower belly pain. So like underneath my belly, sometimes it just gets painful. Like it gets really tight, and sometimes it's like if I go up a flight of stairs or something like that, if I do something like not strenuous, but just more than normal. Like if I'm doing a little more than walking, sometimes my lower belly will get tight and I will get like a strain or a little pain right there, and I'll have to sit down really quick. So that has been happening lately, as well as shortness of breath. You guys can probably hear it because I'm like this as I'm talking, but shortness of breath is definitely a symptom that I've been getting more and more lately. Like I find myself, if I'm just in the middle of a sentence or in the middle of a conversation, my breath, I have to catch my breath just a whole lot more. So I have found that that has been not an issue, but just a thing that's been coming up lately. Of course, I've been peeing all day. What pregnant woman does not? I pee so much and it's so disruptive to my sleep, which another symptom is it's really hard for me to sleep now. I feel like I toss and turn all night, and I don't feel like my belly is that big where it's in the way, but I do feel like I'm tossing and turning a lot. So that has definitely sucked. Not getting my sleep. I need my sleep, and so it's really hard to get up and function and go to work and be a mom and do all this other stuff when I'm not getting a good amount of sleep like I really need to be. Maybe it's just testing me because I know my sleep is going to be limited once this baby comes, but I was expecting to sleep right now, and I'm really not getting that great of sleep. I've also noticed, this is another TMI moment, FYI, I've also noticed more discharge, like as the weeks go on. Like I feel like there was a good amount maybe when I first found out I was pregnant, and then it kind of slowed down, but now I'm just noticing more and more discharge like in my underwear. And that's normal, but again, it kind of slowed down. So I was like, oh, okay, that's good. But I'm noticing it more and more as the weeks go on, that the discharge is definitely coming back. And one more TMI moment, I have also, when I am like coughing really hard, or sneezing, or just like a really hard laugh, I am like peeing a little bit. Yeah, that sucks. So that has happened to me I don't know how many times. Like I'll sneeze, or I'll do just like a really like hard, maybe unexpected laugh or cough, and definitely peeing a little bit. So I do not remember that happening with my other pregnancies, and it's definitely happening now. I'm like, if I had too many babies, are my vagina walls just like, girl, quit? Because it's like, I'm like, I don't remember this happening, okay? And I don't like it whatsoever. Like, it sucks. So that's also been happening to me. Another topic that we haven't discussed yet since this pregnancy has started has been sex. So yes, you can have sex during pregnancy. Yes, it's safe. It's safe. You're fine to have sex as much as you want during your pregnancy, but at a certain point it gets uncomfortable. I'm not at that uncomfortable point yet, but it just feels like I'm trying to find a way to say this. It just feels like with every pump, he's like hitting my bladder, like every single one. Even if I just use the bathroom right before, like directly before, it just feels like it is hitting my bladder and I have to go to the bathroom. And it is the most uncomfortable feeling, and I don't remember that being a thing either, like my last two pregnancies, until later on in the pregnancy. But I just feel like with every single one, it's like I feel like my bladder is going to explode and I'm gonna pee everywhere. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but that's how I feel. And so it makes it kind of uncomfortable for me, and you know, yeah, that's where we are. So before I get into my baby app and read you guys my baby app, the last thing we've been doing is actually having a conversation about the nursery and where we're going to put the baby. We're still debating on kind of everything, but I think what we're gonna do, so you guys know, if you haven't seen our house tour, then you can check those videos out. But you guys know we have 3 bedrooms upstairs plus the playroom, and then we have 1 bedroom in the basement. So the plan was to put Amari in the basement. He's 12 years old now. It's a full bedroom. It's not like a regular, I mean, it's a finished, nice finished basement. So it's a full bedroom. It's not like, you know, I feel bad saying the basement, but you guys know what I mean. You guys have seen our house. So that was the plan, but after further consideration, we just felt like he's still a little young for that, to go in the basement by himself, and he didn't want to go either when we did have the conversation about it. So what I think we're going to do is just take up a portion of the playroom and put the baby's crib in the playroom. The girls go to sleep pretty early now. They go to sleep at 9 o'clock. That's their bedtime since Morgan's in school and Mariah has trouble getting up in the morning. Both of them go to sleep at 9 p.m. So I think that's reasonable. And then on top of that, the baby's like right outside of our bedroom. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We still have some plans to make. Of course, I'll keep you guys updated and we'll do a whole like little tour and shebang once we get everything together. But that's what we've kind of been discussing doing. And I don't know how long that's gonna be. I don't know exactly what the plan is or where everything's gonna go, but we just have to figure that stuff out. So yeah, that's what we've been thinking about. Guys, let me know what you think about that. Like, I think it's a good plan, and I don't know what other options I guess we have at this point, but you guys let me know what you think about that. So I'm reading from my baby center app. At 16 weeks pregnant, my baby is the size of an avocado. So if you think about it, that's like pretty large in your belly. Like, an avocado is not tiny, you know what I'm saying? So this baby is definitely growing pretty rapidly. It says in the next few weeks, the baby will double his weight and add inches to the length. Legs are much more developed and the head is more erect. Baby's heart is now pumping about 25 quarts of blood each day, and the amount will continue to increase as the baby develops. They said I should have glowing skin by now. Is my skin glowing, y'all? Is it glowing? And then they said I'll be able to feel the baby move soon, but you guys know if you watch my other pregnancy vlogs that I've already seen the baby or felt the baby moving. You can't really see it on the outside yet, but I can definitely feel it on the inside. I don't feel it every day, probably about 2 or 3 times a week, but I'm sure as the baby gets larger and grows, then I'll be able to feel more and more. But other than that, that is it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys, of course, my baby bump. You guys, I hope you all enjoyed this update. If you have any questions that you want me to address in the next update, make sure you leave that down below in the comment section. I do these updates every 2 weeks, so my next update will be my 18-week update. I can't believe we're almost halfway there. So again, if you guys have any questions, leave that in the comment section. Any baby videos or any type of videos that you want to see on this channel, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye guys.